I I think I've had in the beginning a bit of difficulty, not with deadlines because I work with deadlines all the time, but with being given a deadline. So then those first moments of difficulty had more to do with this has to be done now, whereas my process of thinking and working might be quite the opposite. Like I would begin with thinking out the space, to thinking out a series of actions, and then getting back to material after that, and then going to video, and then finally the sound. But I think for me the difficulty has been to shift and to start to think, if my material hasn't been ordered by Wednesday, everyone else's material hasn't been ordered. But then I'm not at that stage of my work. I'm still thinking of the gestures or the script of the performance. So those negotiations have been a bit of a challenge, but an interesting challenge, And I think that's the main thing that I've had to negotiate and find ways of communicating, without it being too much of a big deal, between both myself and the organizers and the curators and the other artists, to kind of negotiate and propose a different way of working. More than negotiate, I think to propose that there are other ways of processing and that maybe the material is the final step as opposed to the starting point. And it's good to also learn to assert oneself, because a lot of the time I'm on my own, I'm setting my own timeline, and I'm finishing on time. And when I do collaborations, it's also within a group of people that work in a similar way. So there's already an agreement in terms of how things are going to be done. To be in a completely different context is it's an interesting challenge, and it's a good thing to go over it, like to be at this point where I've overcome those little hurdles that were at the beginning. It's like
we do a check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can't breathe. Can you bring the thing close so I can move?
Yeah.
It's the first time with the Frac, but I mean, if I'm doing it, it always feels like I have to remind myself again that that I actually work differently, and to try to negotiate that with any institution. I mean, I've worked with a few institutions where similar situations occur, and then we find a way of saying, okay, let's respect the processes and production processes that this institution has always been doing, but let's also kind of respect what's best for the artist in order to produce the best work that they can make, without jeopardizing the creative process. My work does not end at an object. I think the processing of it is completely different to that of someone ordering material, building something, placing it in a space. For me, there's always a back and forth between how it's going to feel like, or what's going to be said, or what gestures I'm going to be making at this thing. Do they go with this? And then there's this back and forth between the actual space and my presence in it.